Welcome to an episode that is a number 13.
I think it's 13. Yeah.
Welcome to episode 13.
Although technically we recorded episode 13 before Christmas and then it never went up.
Oh, really?
Did you notice that?
No.
Oh, good.
Man, I just kind of rely on you. Should this be episode 14 then?
No, because episode 13 will never go up.
Oh, really?
Because it was specifically talking about Christmas, and if we put it up now, it'd be like, bleh,
yeah,
boring. Heard it all. Been there, done that.
Whoops! I thought it had been a while since a podcast, but I was like, nah, the holidays.
Yeah, well, it was the holidays plus an extra week, because the week before, because it got so like I didn't realize, but the week before was the busiest for me, really. So then I never had time, and then I was like, and then
don't even worry about it.
I forgot about it. Yeah. But I mean, not that I forgot about this because we were working on a lot of other things. So we have a lot of exciting things. If you are only a podcast watcher and not a fan of us on Facebook, first of all, find our Facebook page and like that, bruh.
Exactly. True.
And second of all, we have a lot of exciting announcements.
Yeah. Do you want me to begin?
Sure. Go for it.
Okay. So our biggest announcement, should I start it off big?
Go for it.
I don't really know what the small ones are. So
it'll all just flow together.
First of all, welcome to 2015, everybody.
2015.
You made it.
Guess what? I'm even more gangster this year.
And I'm even more hipster this year. I've decided to, I almost knocked that over. I've decided to embrace my inner hipster this year, but we'll you know what? I'm going to
segue. Get to that.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
We'll get there.
So our biggest news happening is we've started our own parent, I guess, company or parent.
Yeah.
We're very serious
corporation.
I wear ties to work every day now.
You know, buttons up and blazers.
Many pencil skirts.
Buttons up, like bottoms up. That should be our like tagline just for life.
Yeah, just buttons up.
Adulthood.
Colon.
Buttons up.
Oh man, there's a spot on my jeans. Anyway, our biggest announcement is that we've started our own parent company.
Yay.
Which is pretty big news. It's called The Wayfaring, and you can find that and check that out at thewayfaring.org. And don't spell it the way I was spelling it and being like, man, this website's not working, and make it faring as in fair, a fair you go to. No. It's WAYFARING.org. I guess we're an organization.
I guess so. Is that what that stands for? Realistically, we're a .org because .com was taken.
That's so true.
But it worked. I was like, close enough.
Basically, that is, it's like it kind of broadens our spectrum a little bit in the way that the podcast is two super cool, awesome girls who talk about random stuff and more stuff in the future. And we have big, exciting plans for the podcast.
What?
So stick around. Don't abandon me.
Don't leave me, please. It's too early in the year.
I can't have abandonment right now. And basically the biggest change from the podcast to the Wayfaring is we've brought on a new staff member.
New player.
Oh, she's a doll. Yeah. I love her. Her name is Taya.
What?
She's super good at writing. And if you watched the bonus video that we had posted, mine specifically, I think.
Yep.
She's a writer. She's really talented, really expressive, and really, really relatable. So if you have time in your day, you do. Don't worry. You'll find it. Thewayfaring.org has Taya's posts, and she just helps me personally, and I hope she helps you too.
She's super inspirational.
She is.
Yeah. Yeah. The good thing is a lot of things I've heard about this podcast feedback wise is, first of all, you guys are awesome. Where's more? And second of all, a lot of people have said, oh my gosh. And okay, people who aren't really familiar with podcasts go, oh my gosh, an hour? That's so long. And I'm like, okay, well, yeah, it is. I mean, who realistically has an hour to watch the entire thing? I don't. I just live it.
That's true.
I watch it 3 times in editing. But then I don't watch it again.
When the podcast first started, I must say that I did watch it. Like, I'd watch it all the way through and I'd be like super excited. And I was like, yes, let's do this. Yes. And like, now I'm just like, oh man, an hour. This is a long time to listen to things I've already experienced.
Yeah. But we still watch other people's, I would say. I mean, I still spend an hour watching other people's things.
I could easily spend the problem is with me is that I can't watch an hour straight of stuff. I think that because I watch a lot of stuff on YouTube, but it's usually like about 10
Yeah,
minutes, but
right.
I'll watch like 6 in a row.
Yeah. Or
So
skip through it.
Yep.
Get to the good
I'll like,
main points.
it's easy when it's in like 10-minute increments for me
Mm-hmm.
because I can like, oh, good, I finished a video, and then I can like check Instagram and check Twitter and get up, get a snack, come back, and then like binge watch like 4 more episodes because it's like, it's only 10 minutes. I could get through this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When you see that hour there standing in front of you,
Pretty intimidating.
It's pretty intimidating, but you can do it.
Yeah. So the good thing about this website is for people who don't have the time, you can still hear from us and kind of from our point of view. I mean, I have a portion on there too. We have a bunch of different tabs you'll see. There's one part is called Double Takes. That's what I'm in charge of. I talk a lot about, I do movie reviews. Not that I can say it. Movie reviews. I'm going to be doing like, if there's big television events happening, I'll be talking about that.
To me, Julie is the authority on entertainment media. Mm-hmm. Honestly, to me, if I'm like, oh man, what's a good movie? Julie, I'll like turn to her and I'll be like, what's a movie I should watch? And she'll name off like 5 right off the top of her head. Then she'll be like, I have them too. Do you want to borrow them? It doesn't even make a dent in her collection.
Yeah. That's one of my favorite things about owning so many movies, because then I can give them to people and be like, oh my gosh, love what I love.
She's like Netflix, but better because she recommends you things that you know you'll like.
Yeah. It's not just off of, I don't just do an algorithm. I know your heart and soul.
It's true.
So yeah, but I also do, actually my last 2 posts also have been just like life posts, because I've been super like, around the New Year's you get all like, what's called reflective of your life and stuff. I don't know.
That's true.
So I do some of that stuff too. So you get inspiration wherever you want. And then Taya's part is called The Not So Simple Life, which Candace already described. And then there's a part that's all about you, and it's literally called All About You. And it's where you can submit things that you want either us to talk about on the website or the podcast. You can submit questions that we can kind of answer or give you advice on, or you can just drop a line and say hey and stuff. And you can also like specify if you want the interaction between us to be public or just through email and anonymous. And yeah,
it'd be much appreciated. There's also like a staff page there, which you can find out like little tidbits about us. I was at work one day and Julie texted me all these questions and I didn't realize that they'd be going up on a website.
Oh, really?
No. So I was
I'm
like,
so sorry.
No, it's okay. So I was like, I guess I should be honest about these. I mean, it's just Julie. So I texted her all this stuff, like super honest. And so
I didn't even realize.
My quote was not very inspirational.
We can change that if you want.
No, it's okay.
And now I feel super bad. I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't specify.
No. Don't worry about it. I think that it's very true to me, to be honest, because I was like, what quote do I actually live by though? And it's literally a quote that I think throughout my day. I'm like, in case you were wondering, the quote is, why wait to pee?
I loved that. I laughed so hard when you answered all that. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so her. I love it. It was very funny.
It is though, because you ever think that maybe I can just get through this movie, press pause, go pee. Don't put yourself through that. Just go.
I've already thought of that many times since reading it. What? Why? I really have to pee, but Candace says, don't wait to pee. She's right.
Just why wait?
Do it.
Don't
Nike that.
Just do it.
Just do it. Just do it. Yeah. So let's see. What have we covered? The website, what it's all about. Taya. Also, Taya is hopefully going to be a guest on this podcast next week. Do not miss out. That's going to be a riot. We'll see how it works.
Oh, if you watch back to one of the early, I think the first episode of the podcast even maybe, Taya was actually sitting in a corner of our room.
True. She was on our very first episode.
And
she wasn't on it.
She wasn't in it, but she was lovely and brought us Starbucks. And then I accidentally made fun of one of her favorite movies. Well, I didn't make fun of it. I was just like, Frozen wasn't that good. And then Julie said,
Taya lives for Frozen.
And then Julie was like, some of our studio audience, Taya, actually loved that movie. And I was like, interesting. I love that movie too.
You know
Sorry,
what?
Taya, I don't. It was, I mean, I've only seen it once though. So maybe if I rewatched it, I would appreciate it a little more, but
yeah, I wasn't that big on it. I'm very open to her about how much I wasn't big on it. I mean, it's
good. I'm not saying it's a bad movie. I just thought it was overhyped. Anyway,
I think it overshadowed Tangled in the end so much more. Like, it ended up being so much bigger than Tangled, but Tangled was like, in my opinion, it was so much better. Anyways, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, something that just reminded me of a story that happened recently where you like put your foot in your mouth.
AKA me constantly.
And me apparently. I was sitting with my family like a week before Christmas, and it was with like my mom and my aunt. They're not both my aunts, and my Oma and Opa. And they were talking, I wasn't listening to what they were saying, but I heard all of a sudden them say something about turkey, and then Opa talking about how he doesn't like turkey. And I went on a 10-minute rant about how I don't like turkey, and I'm not a huge fan of turkey. Like, I shouldn't say I don't like it, but that's just what I was saying.
Like, you'll eat it.
Like, I'll eat it.
But it's not like you look forward to it like everybody else.
Exactly. So, and I was like, every time we have turkey, then we have to have turkey soup after, and then we have turkey sandwiches, and it never ends. It's this never-ending month of turkey, and I don't like it. And I, like, went on this rant, and then I ended, and they were all just looking at me, and my mom's like, so Tante Ursula's making turkey for Christmas dinner at our house? And I'm like, good. Did I ever mention how much I love turkey? And they were like, Julie, it's okay.
It's totally different when it's her turkey.
Yeah, I was talking about Mom's turkey.
Mom, your turkey's the worst.
No.
I'm not talking about you. It's not about you. Just go with me on this one, Mom. Just have my back for once.
Support your daughter. Anyways, foot in mouth. Yeah. So along with this website, we have, don't forget to like us on Facebook. Because that's where all the announcements come from. I mean, sometimes we share them on our personal Facebooks, but it would be a lot more direct if you're just following the Facebook page.
That's true, because I'm not always on Facebook, so I'm not there to share it all the time.
True change.
Just kidding. I probably always do.
Either way. And then, so then we have this 20 After podcast YouTube channel, which we obviously plan on updating every Friday with the podcast. Ooh, and
I have the exciting other thing. We're back on iTunes.
Yeah, that's right. We are. This is going to be the first episode that's uploaded the week of. That's also uploaded on iTunes. Like, we have caught up on iTunes. If you were subscribed before, though, it's on a totally different page now. So you have to subscribe to something new. Yeah. Because I couldn't, I mean, a lot of technical talk, but long story short, I couldn't link the actual host from our old one to our new one, because the old site, like, keeps it. It's theirs legally.
Oh, okay.
Frustrating. Basically, I had to pay them a bunch of money to get it back, and I was like, that's not worth it.
You have the episodes. You're fine.
Yeah. So the last, I think, 4 episodes are up on iTunes. The like middle ones won't ever go up because it's just like, you watched it on YouTube.
Yeah,
you'll catch up to the new ones. It'll be good.
You'll be fine.
So
But we're back on iTunes. So I actually heard a lot of like feedback after we took it down from iTunes. We had nobody subscribed for the one iTunes, so we were just like, oh, what's the big deal? We'll take it down for now because we need a different hosting site. We can't host all of these episodes. So we'll take it down and we'll go back on iTunes like later on in life. And then like we took it like right before we took it off iTunes, all I hear from people is like, oh yeah, I downloaded off iTunes. Like, oh yeah, we watched on iTunes all the time.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, well, some bad news coming at you.
Wah, wah. Like, oh, well, come back later.
We're still on YouTube. But we're back on iTunes, which is super exciting.
So people might be just listening to this. So, hey, if you're listening to this on iTunes and not on YouTube, you're so smart. Hey, thanks for the support.
Perfection. So is that all our updates for
well, there's one other thing. I don't know if this is worth mentioning because I don't know where it's going to go yet. This is probably maybe going to be part of things that we launch next year, just because we're putting a lot of work into all of these things now.
Yes, we're very busy people this year.
Yes, but it's so fun. Anyways, the Wayfaring also has a YouTube channel. There's one video on there that's just like a fun video.
We're gonna try and update it a little more. It's like our bonus videos, but less life inspirational and more life practical.
Yeah.
I think.
And a little comedy. Although we're always a little comedy. I don't think I even have to throw that in.
I think we're just a little quirky.
I'm a funny guy. Like, people love me. I do have a funny story that reminded me of how hilarious I am.
Okay, go.
In things that happened this week.
Oh, this week this happened, eh?
Yes, this happened yesterday, actually.
Relevant pop culture.
No, yeah, except it's about my life.
We'll be pop culture one day.
Okay. TMZ's reporting. Okay, so I woke up and my mom left a note for me on the kitchen counter.
You in trouble.
No. It was it was just like, hey, Julie, can you make dinner at 1:30 today? And she was already at work. And I thought, oh, that kind of stinks because I was planning on being at the office the entire day.
Yeah.
So now I have to come home at 1:30 to cook her dinner. It was like a crock pot thing, and it really wasn't a lot of work, but it had to be done at 1:30 so that it could cook, the time. Crock pot words. So anyways, I was like, oh, that sucks, whatever. I came to work, and then I was like, oh, it would be funny if I called mom and was all like, who do you think you are? I have a job and stuff. Me and my mom have a very hilarious relationship. People always think we're fighting, but we're being totally kidding. It's very entertaining.
Your mom hears the podcast. She comes back. She's like, we've been play fighting this whole time. She's like, I thought, oh man,
no, I'm really mad at you, Julie.
I'm actually serious whenever I say these things.
No, we've had to clarify to so many people because they'll stand there in the same room as us and be like, so weirded out, and then we're like, oh no, we're kidding, this is not real, this is not a real fight. We love each other. We don't actually care. Anyways, so I called, but she was on her lunch break, and the youth worker there answered, and I had never talked to him in my life, nor do I know him. And so anyways, I was just like, hi, is Marianne there? And he was like, no. And I was like, oh, she's on her lunch break, isn't she? And he goes, yeah, but I can get her. And I was like, oh no, don't bother her, she can relax, but can you get a message to me to her for me? He's like, yeah. I'm like, okay, this is gonna sound sassy, but it's not. And he's like, okay. And I'm like, okay, say it exactly like this. Who do you think you are that I can just leave my job in the middle of the day to cook you dinner, and that I don't have to work, and that I don't have to make a living, but you do? But I'm going to do it. And also I love you. And he just goes, I think I'm going to write this down. So then I had to repeat it like 4 times, which made me feel even more ridiculous. But I was like, this is going to be so worth it. And I was like, you need to understand, I say to him, you need to say this to her with that amount of sass, or else it won't be funny. He's like, okay, I got it. And I was like, if you wag your finger too, it'll just be
helps.
Great.
It helps.
Who do you think you are? Anyways.
It really gets the point across. You could do a Mennonite accent. That'd be good too.
Yeah, a Mennonite accent?
When you do like the German Mennonites. Yeah. Sorry.
No, totally.
They're all just Mennonites now.
Who do you think you are?
Who do you? I always imitate whenever I imitate my Oma to my mom sometimes.
Oh yeah.
When she when she forgets stuff, I'll go, Sigrid, if you didn't have your head attached, you would lose it, I swear. Menschenskinder, which is some people's children in German.
Yeah.
Because my mom constantly says that to me. She goes, some people's children, when she's referring to me.
Yeah.
So she's like disowning me. She's like,
classic.
Nope. I'm like, sorry, Mom. But whenever she's lost something, I always imitate my Oma. And she was always like, that's not funny, Candace. And I'm like, yes, it is. Ha. Love you.
Does your Oma have certain catchphrases that you guys
She just said, she's like the only person I know that uses my mom's actual name. My mom goes by Ziggy. Her real name is Zigrid, and like my Oma and Opa are the only ones that use Zigrid. Mm-hmm. So whenever I'm imitating her, it's always Zigrid. If you, and it's always like that little bit of disappointment. It's like Sigrid, Sigrid. Why?
You have tarnished the family name. There's so much disappointment in I don't know if it's just German, but that's all I've grown up with. In German families, there's so much disappointment in little things like that they express. Like, it's not like it actually.
If I don't wear like a sweater to church, I hear about, aren't you cold? Oh, you should really. Don't you have that nice black jacket?
Yeah. And they say it. And I'm like, and it's passed down. Like, my mom does it too. It's just that tone of voice. And I'm like, Mom, the fact that I'm not wearing heels right now does not change your life in any way. We're good.
So he's like a tire.
Like, and this isn't illegal, and I'm not in trouble. So why do I feel so guilty right now?
Do you get like the outfit conversation a lot for like Sunday mornings?
Not anymore. It used to be, because I wear pants mostly now. I have a lot of dresses and skirts, but I just always default to black pants because I'm so comfortable in them.
True.
And I mostly sit cross-legged.
Do you find that when we like see each other Sunday mornings, usually like when we're teaching, like I feel like we're always wearing similar outfits? Like we come and we're like long skirt blazer.
Yeah. It's the classic like Sunday morning church
You're like,
wear.
What do you do when you only have hipster clothes?
Yeah, exactly.
And you have to look nice. It's like, oh, I've only been going there for 20 years. It's like, what do I wear? You think I'd have staple pieces to bring?
Yeah.
And it's like one black jacket and like one skirt and a few dresses. And I'm just like.
And it smells like Sunday morning because you only wear it that day.
Yep. And you're just like, okay, how do I mix this up? I've worn it 3 times this month.
Yeah, really. Exactly. I have a certain closet that's only Sunday clothes.
Oh, really?
Because it's like no other time during the week. I mean, maybe if I go to a wedding, I'll tap into it, but usually I use that opportunity to buy new clothes.
So true, right?
And
that's when that goes into the Sunday pile.
Yep.
You're just like,
yep.
This was wedding clothes, and now we're gonna pop that over there.
Like almost all my dresses, when like ask me next time I'll wear a dress, be like, whose wedding do you wear that to? Because literally,
I will.
Yeah.
And you're gonna be like, oh, I didn't actually wear this to a wedding one day, and I'm gonna be like, I don't care. I'm gonna keep asking you.
I know. Now that I said that, it's gonna be like, oh,
I feel like
I just bought this yesterday.
You know when like bridal parties have mixed match dresses because they were just given like a color.
Yeah,
I think that's such a good idea because that way they can just buy a dress that suits their body type and that they'll like, and then they'll wear it again. You know what I mean?
And when you are buying like dresses at actual places that make bridal dresses, they're like $200 and up.
Yep, that's true.
And when people give me a color, I have all the time bought my dress for under $25.
Yep. And it can still look way nice.
It looks, and the bride still gets to approve it.
Yeah, that's true. You don't just buy the dress. Yeah. You just like, you take a picture and you send it to them and be like, this cool or nah? Like that exact terminology.
And then they go, oh my gosh, I love it.
Because they can't say no to you.
Yeah, it's so true. So everyone's happy.
Yep. I actually called my work the other day and I was like I never talk professionally ever. And it dawned on me the other day because I called them and I was like, yo, am I working tomorrow or nah? They're like, nope, you have tomorrow off. I'm like, okay, thanks, bye. Like, I'm so unprofessional. I mean, I could be.
Yeah. It's
in
just
a formal setting, but when I'm like, when I know them so well.
Like, if you have to be, you have it in you. But there's just no point.
I'm actually moving to a new store soon. So I'm going to have to be
what?
like,
This is news to me.
Yeah,
I thought we were friends.
No, we are friends. It only just became official like the other day.
Word.
And I figured I'd tell you in person because we're BFFs. Something like that.
Can I ask which store or later? Or?
Well, I'll tell you later, but like it's one of same owner.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just moving because they were like, teach people how to stir coffee.
Okay.
And I'm like,
that's a compliment.
Okay. And they were like, you'll get more hours. And I was like, yay, less student debt. Woo. Because I was like back and forth about it a whole lot. And basically it just came down to, I talked to Christopher and I was like, oh man, what do you think I should do? Should I stay at my store? I love my store so much. And he was like, yeah, they're going to cut your hours come January. So you might as well go to another store that they're not going to cut your hours at because you have student debt. And I was like, well,
that decides it.
Yep. So it's not even like a matter of the heart anymore. It's like, basically it's like, move stores, get more money.
Yeah.
And I was like, move stores, get more money. It is my job and I have debt. So
true.
Yeah.
So anyways, talking unprofessionally, I sent you a Snapchat today. Oh, you didn't go.
Yeah. But I mean, like, I'm moving stores, so I'm going to have to be like so professional now. I'm going to have to be like, Hello there. This is Candace calling. Candace, right? Yes, I'm new.
I'm
Yes.
sure they're gonna be just as much of idiots as like.
No, I know, but I'm
we
gonna have to
are.
have like this like I can't
This
be as
wall before you can be ridiculous.
yeah, exactly.
Totally.
I was talking with a bunch of my coworkers now about all the things I'm not going to be able to do when I move over there, and I'm like, man, I just started doing weird poses at work. I'm going to have to stop doing that. What do? I sing a lot at work. Oh no, I draw on the pots. I draw all over the coffee pots. I like draw full scenes. I'll draw like a tree in the wind. Like I'll draw whole things on coffee pots. And people at my work just don't care, but I don't know if they'll care there. And I'm like, okay, if anyone from my new store happens to be watching this, I'm a freak of nature. Sorry.
Get ready, because here I come.
Please love me. Accept me for that quirky, adorable individual that I am inside.
Love me because I'm famous on the internet.
That's
11 people are subscribed to us.
Yeah, that's
We famous.
pretty big numbers. I was actually watching this thank you video from, I showed you Game Theory.
Yep.
He has like a thank you video on his homepage from when he hit 500,000 subscribers, and that was 1 year ago, and he has 3 million now. 3 million subscribers after 1 year.
Insane.
We're going to need to start doing some cool video game stuff, I'm thinking. I know a lot about games.
Ugh, Mario Kart.
Basically, that's about it.
And Luigi's Mansion.
No, not even your Luigi's Mansion. I don't play Luigi's Mansion. I play like Mario Kart and Mario Party. I just got a Wii U for Christmas, so I'm pretty on that gaming scene.
Yo. Speaking of being professional, I sent you a Snapchat today of how unprofessional I am in my job. Because I have to talk to kids who are like in high school.
Oh, yeah.
So I was messaging one of them today, and this is how I started my message. What up, girl? You busy?
I saw that and I was like, man, I should really get on doing those things too, because I keep forgetting. I've taken out like one girl.
And
I don't even think she was on my list. If you're one of the girls that we're supposed to be taking out, we don't have lists. We just want to hang. Just kidding, we do, but we do want to hang.
Like we have like both are true. Realistically, both are true. But I'm like, that's how I talk in real life.
That's true.
And they know that's how I talk. So I wasn't just going to be like, hello, would you like to go out for coffee? I was like, what up? Wanna hang?
Yeah. That's very, very true. I think that's our selling point too, to a lot of the kids. 'Cause like we'll all sit down in a room and they'll be like closed hands, shoulders in, like looking at their phones and stuff, and like they won't want to talk to us at all, because it's like the setting is that we're leaders,
stiff, yeah,
and they're like the people we lead,
right?
And I think we like sat down like the first week and we were like, hey, we're your leaders, but also we're Candace and Julie. Actually, we're Candace and Julie.
Yeah.
Please.
There is no charade here. We're Candace and Julie. We're fools. Get ready. I think for the first like month, they were like, who are these people?
I know. They were like,
they're insane.
We're unlike any leaders you've ever had.
It's probably not a good thing. It is a good thing for
crazy.
those people who hired me. It is a great thing.
It is a great
I'm
thing.
doing a great job.
No, I truly think that it is. She's doing some pretty sweet faces to the camera right now. It's just like, love that camera.
I love me.
I've been watching a lot of America's Next Top Model these days.
Saw that.
Snapped you that.
Snapchat.
This girl and I work with her.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll just have dates where we just watch America's Next Top Model together.
Like current, like, this was the thing I was wondering. Is that a current season, or is that like
the season ended and I binge watch them with her. She watches them week to week, and then she'll be like, Candace, this cycle ended. Let's watch them together. So then we'll like spend a day and
then she watches it again.
Yeah, she'll watch it again.
That's the way to watch reality TV.
She watches it as excitedly as I do, is the thing. Like, I am so pumped to watch it.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I don't know what's going on episode to episode, but she's watched the whole thing and she's just right there with me. Yeah. And I'm like, you're the best. Like, I'm like, oh man, what's the challenge going to be? Who gets eliminated? Oh man, did you see their scores? What did she say? Oh my gosh, I can't believe she said that to him. And she's just like, oh my gosh, I know. What are the challenge? Ooh, what's this vote? Who gets, wow. The whole time we just talk about it like we we just talk such like
Yeah.
we're ridiculous together. But they have these like video judging things, like social media things when it comes to like panel time, and they'll be like viewer videos of them. Like it's like 2 seconds. They'll be like, I just thought that Ray Leah wasn't on point this week, and that'll be the whole video. Me and Rebecca are just like, we're gonna make one of these next cycle. Next cycle comes up and we're gonna be like, Susie just didn't look like a model.
Like she wasn't smiling with her eyes this week.
Smize, Susie, smize. I'm all about that Tyra vocab.
Tyra uses that word.
Smize.
Oh, Tyra.
You
So
smile
much
with your
respect.
eyes. There's booch and tooch. There's smize. There's work dat smirk. Yep. There's a whole thing.
Those be the terms. I respect people so much who can watch a reality show and love and like be invested, but at like know it's so ridiculous, but like also like be seriously invested and like need to watch it all week to week. Like, do you know what I mean? Basically, what I'm trying to say is people who watch reality shows, I respect you so much, and I am part of you. Like Tanya, my sister, and I, we watch The Bachelor, as does a lot of my friends, and yeah, my friend Heidi does as well, and we always like, it's so ridiculous, this show. Like,
oh yeah.
But it's so addicting and it's so hilarious.
And you get super invested
and
too.
Like,
you're like, you get to know these people as characters, and you're just like, you have people you love, you have people you hate, you have people who you like, what are they gonna do this week? And you have people who like, you're like, oh my gosh, they have to win. And if they don't win, I'm gonna be so mad because they deserve that man, or they deserve to be top model.
And like, I don't even care if they're being real or fake. I like it more when they're fake because it's so much more entertaining.
It's true.
Because you can tell they're being fake and you're like, oh, you're so fake. You're not legit. Let me see more. It's so good.
True.
So
like, that's when you get the maddest, right? Because there's like, we're watching cycle 21 of America's Next Top Model right now.
Love
cycle
it.
21. Can you believe this?
Yeah.
They do like 2 cycles a year though.
Yeah.
So it's not like they're on like year 21 of this show. They're on like year 11, I guess.
Yeah. That's realistic. 'Cause I started watching it when I was like 11 years ago. So yeah.
And it just gets like, there are girls there. You're like, that girl is so two-faced. I cannot believe her. And like,
but then she gets voted off and it's like, this show is so boring.
yeah. Or they're like, her boyfriend just got voted off this week, but she's like a boyfriend back home too. And like, it's a whole thing. And you're like, oh my gosh, he went home. You know exactly what she's going to be like. As soon as she gets back to the house, she's going to be like, man, I wasn't even interested in him. I left my boyfriend back home. Like, I don't know if I'm right yet because I had to leave and come here, but
we'll see. The one thing I love
have to like carve out another 6 hours of my time to go watch more Top Model with Rebecca. Which
you'll make that work like ASAP.
I'm so fine with that.
I love it when on The Bachelor, when they have a boyfriend back home, you find out mid-season and you're like, oh man, she's been hiding a boyfriend and she's looking for true love here, but she's not actually.
How did they hide that is the thing. Like, oh man,
It's
my
so
girlfriend's been not texting me for 6 weeks. That's pretty weird.
Well, like, or the way I think of it is, I wonder if like they're probably, most of the people go on these shows is for fame. So it's like, I wonder if the boyfriend was like, yo, go on this show for fame. And wonder if they're like in on it. Anyways, The Bachelor started on Monday.
Oh, it started?
The new season, yes.
I kind of want to start watching it because
now is the time. It is going to be such a good season. Sorry.
Yeah?
Yes.
No, I always watch like the last episode, the like 2-hour long season finale or whatever. And I feel like that's, if you're gonna just jump into a reality show, it's like the 2-hour season finale is the time to do it.
You can get everything from that.
It's true.
But it's
they
so
like
fun to
meet
go
the
on the
family.
ride.
They're like all over the place.
Yeah, go to the fantasy suite. Oh my gosh. So every season they're just like, this is gonna be the most crazy season ever, and I'm like, oh my gosh, no, it's not, but I can't wait anyways. But this season, like, I'm so excited. So it was on Monday, but I didn't catch it. And then I went to my sister's house last night, and she was like, did you watch The Bachelor? And I was like, no, I didn't. She's like, I did. It was amazing. It was a 3-hour premiere, first of all.
Whoa.
And then she's like, do you want to watch it again right now? This is the next day. And I was just like, yes, I do. So,
and she like knows what's happening too, which I find is really interesting with reality shows, especially ones like like elimination reality shows. Those are good because like, if you've seen the whole season, like Rebecca has with Top Model, you get to start from the beginning and you know who the winner is.
Yeah.
So you're like, Here we go.
Yep. So yeah, so I watched that with her, and then today I was talking to her, just like, and I looked, like, the good thing about The Bachelor for me is that they film it all and then they play the season. So everything's already happened. So you can always find the spoilers online about who the top 3 is and who he picks and if he proposes to her. So obviously this morning I found out all of those things.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I already know who's going to win this season.
You don't even know. Oh, really?
I love it though, because that's so fun. Because then I'm like watching, I'm just like, oh man, you're not even going to make it to final 3. Or like, oh man, he's going to pick you. So then I watched it again this morning. Yes, I wanted to do that.
Okay, so you and your sister have
this is what I'm talking about. Yes,
like 6 hours of just that one episode.
Well, I actually didn't end the first. The first hour was the red carpet where they took all the old people who have ever been contestants. And they were interviewing them and stuff. Okay. So I didn't watch that either of the times. So I only watched 2 hours twice. So I've watched 4 hours of The Bachelor. Yes. This is what I'm saying though. I respect people so much who put this much into reality shows because it's so ridiculous. That and Big Brother is my other one that I put so much work into.
I don't really follow Big Brother, but like I've never really tried to either. I just find that reality shows take so much of my time.
So much. And Big Brother's the worst.
I don't have that much time to
Big Brother plays 3 nights a week.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'd be so far behind so quickly.
I know. Everyone, I do a pool with 2 or 3 of my friends every year for Big Brother. We don't play for any money, just for like, oh, I picked that from the beginning. But I'm always the only one who actually have watched the full. The first one we all watched together once a week. Like we picked one of the nights and we were like, okay, well that night every week we'll watch together. But then the season after that, we like watched the first episode and we picked our people, and then they didn't watch any of the other episodes. And at the end, I was just like, by the way, you won. Okay, bye. But it's so good. It's a commitment, but if you have the time, it's so entertaining. Yeah. Like that's it for me. I just love the entertainment. I watch regular shows too, but yeah.
Yeah, I just don't have the time for that kind of stuff. But like Top Model gets me every time. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's Tyra. I don't know if it's the models. I don't know what it is, but I love that show. I love it so much. I'm just like, I could watch this forever. And I'm like an expert now. I'm like an at-home expert. I'm like, her hair just, oh man, that's a bad weave. You know that's a bad weave.
Girl, get your weave right.
And it's like after makeovers too, and you're just like, oh man, they just didn't extend their neck enough. Oh man, that's just not going to be a bad photo. That's not a good photo. You're going to be on the bottom this week.
Angles. She did not study her mirror.
Yeah. Check your lines. Oh, it's so important. Drop that shoulder. Smile.
Drop your shoulder. Extend your neck. Smiles. Look at the camera. What do I do with my hands?
What do you do with your hands? Is the real question.
I just put them in my pockets. No, that's what phones are good for. Sorry.
No, I was just thinking. We were going to talk about New Year's, weren't we?
We got so distracted.
TV, why? Just kidding. TV, yes.
TV always. Yeah, New Year's. So how was your New Year's?
It was really good. I had a good time. I mean, it was like bittersweet for my boyfriend's grandpa actually passed away New Year's, so I guess it wasn't that great, but it was still like a nice night and overall. But I think that overall, I'm really excited to start off 2015. And I have decided that I kind of want to start a new tradition with myself. And it started because I was like, Facebook, whatever, New Year's Day, here we go. And it was this girl that I know. Her Facebook was like, there was a picture from her 1 year ago to that day. And then she took a picture of herself that day. And I was like, that's actually so interesting to have like one picture of yourself and like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So I was like, but what if I just did like a video to myself and then watched it a year from now?
Whoa.
So that's what I did. I took a video of myself and I was like, okay, here are your goals for this year. Here's some stuff that you have to be serious about. Here's some stuff to work on. Here's what you look like right now.
I love that.
Yeah. So I'm going to try and do that. If you want to join me in that video thing, it sounds like it'd be a good time.
Yeah.
I used to do this thing where I would draw. Well, I kind of want to get back into it. I only missed 1 year, including this year. I guess 2 years, but I could totally do it this year still because it's only the beginning of January.
Yep.
Where since 2006,
wow,
I would draw this like one girl that I just randomly drew in grade 6.
Yep.
On this like bird feeder that I had made like the year before. So when I was in grade 5, I made this bird feeder, and then I drew this like random girl on it in grade 6, just like doodly doo. And then like a year later, I was like, you know what? I'll just draw the same girl. And then I kept drawing the same girl every single year.
That's cool.
Up until not this year, not last year, the year before that.
Okay.
So 2013 was the last time I drew this girl.
Okay.
And like, so I have a drawing of a girl from when I was in grade 6, and I have a drawing of a girl from when I was in college.
That's
and it's
crazy.
Like the same girl. And I skipped last year because life just got really super busy, and I could still do it this year and then just say it was from 2014. Wink, wink.
Yeah. Close enough.
But
that's
yeah,
cool.
it's actually
tradition.
pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll take pictures of it or something, just show the one that I drew first and then the last one, because it's just a lot of this one girl, and I'm running out of room on my bird feeder realistically, because it's all on this one same bird
That's
feeder.
crazy.
Right? Yeah. They're just pencil drawings too. It's not like anything crazy good or anything like that, but the difference between 2006 and 2013 was pretty interesting stuff in my opinion.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm mostly surprised I even carried through with it that long.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess I should do it again. And I also realized like I don't really draw nearly as much as I did in school, right? Because when you're in school, you always have paper in front of you. So I just draw all the time. But once you find yourself out of school, because I'm done college now, I might go back in the future. I doubt it though. I mean, I don't doubt it, but I don't even know what I want to go back for yet. So whatever. I'd like, you find that you very rarely have paper in front of you anymore. Like when not, well, you yourself, you have journals in front of you all the time. You always have paper in front of you, but I don't work in an office job, right? And as soon as I get home, it's like laptop, let's watch some movies or shows.
Totally,
or like YouTube videos or whatever. Like I pick up a pencil and I'm like, whoa, what's this?
And what do I do with my hands when I'm holding it?
Yeah. So, my nephew has like this chalkboard that we have in the living room, and I'll always like, I'm trying to help him learn to write because he can spell his name and everything like that. It's not exactly the best writing in the world, but he can do it.
Yeah.
And so the way he draws A's irritates me. So I'm trying to teach him how to draw lowercase A's, because he just draws like an O, but he like makes the O, like when he draws the circle to finish it, he just drags it off a little longer.
Oh, okay.
So it does look kind of like an A, but because he's like, he just doesn't have any dexterity yet.
Right.
Because he's so young. It just looks so bad. And I'm like, draw a circle and then do the stick. Don't just.
Oh, kid, why don't you know things yet?
I know. I'm like, darn it. But anyway, now I just draw on the chalkboard a lot. So it's been good. I'll draw on like my dry erase board too. Like I have a dry erase calendar that I never use. So
Oh, cool.
I'll draw on that. It's been good though. So
Nice.
I'm excited to start this new year. I'm going to try and keep up with my tradition, like watch my video January 2nd, 2016. And we'll see how it goes. Maybe I'll watch it a little earlier. I'm sure it doesn't count for a few days.
No,
It totally will. It's going to bother me.
you're good.
My biggest thing is I need to loosen up a little bit, because like it didn't even occur to me that like it doesn't matter if you watch it a couple days sooner or later. To me, it was like, gotta watch this January 2nd, 2016. But like, I need to loosen up. I'm like this crazy person.
I already need to loosen up about
Like,
this.
what am I doing?
It hasn't even been a year, but I need to loosen up.
I'm just gonna suddenly British.
And in the 1940s.
How was your New Year's, Julie?
It was great. I spent it with my friend and her 2 kids, and we watched 22 Drum Street and went to bed promptly at 12:30. It was my ideal night. We were tired.
Sounds super duper.
But also we had a ton of cheese, and so it was perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have this picture of cheese on my Instagram, and my friend looked at it and she was like, what is that, cheesecake? And I was like, no, it's just straight cheese. And she was like, oh.
I've got like honesty hour. I've gone back to that picture like 3 times, looked at it and been like, cheese.
Yeah. The Applewood, I'll have you know, is a big hit.
It's amazing.
Yeah. The blueberry cheese was not as big a hit, and some people thought it was downright disgusting, but I was like, it's okay.
Different taste buds like that. I'm not really a fan of sweeter cheeses like that.
Yeah. My mom was just like, oh, Jennifer brought this super good blueberry cheese this one time. You should totally buy some. And so I went and bought it. And then I bought Applewood because I was like, I can't just buy one fancy cheese on a cheese plate.
Yeah.
2.
Good on ya.
Yeah. And then I ate some promptly when I got home. I
Love
was
it.
like, what's this one taste like? What's this one taste like? I will be buying Applewood again. It was super good.
Yeah, I like it. Nice.
So I'm one step closer to being a classy adult. I like watched your video like the day before that too, and my mom was like, we need fancy cheeses, please go to the store. And I was like, I know just what to do.
I have the answer for this. That's amazing. Yeah, I mean, on the topic of like New Year's resolutions and stuff, I did post about this on thewayfaring.org. But I don't really make so much as resolutions as I just make, like, I like to have a different mindset, and then I have goals that I like kind of strive for. But they're always things that aren't necessarily just like, this year I'm working on this. It's more like, I need to make a change in my life, and this is the change I'm making, kind of thing. Yeah. So this year it's just, I got to be better at a lot of things. I slacked a lot last year because I had a really like mentally draining year. Yeah. So I in that, like, everything else kind of fell.
It was first year in your new job, right?
Part
of it was like a lot of it was your first year.
Yeah. So anyways, everything else kind of fell by the wayside. So I just need to work. I need to get back to who I was in a way, but also I'm a lot different of a person. So a lot of it is just like being better at being better is my kind of mantra. Be better in my relationship, in my personal relationship with God, in my relationships with other people, and like how I treat people. Not that I treat people bad, I don't think, but I just like I think there's always room to be kinder and to be less sarcastic. I don't know if that's,
it depends on the person, I guess. Like if somebody's super used to you being sarcastic, and you suddenly like stop being sarcastic because you think like, oh, I need to be kinder to this person, and they're like, why is Julie being so distant to me?
That's true. Well,
she used to be so funny and sarcastic with me. I guess she just doesn't think I can take it anymore.
Okay, I will not stop being sarcastic with you.
Sweet victory.
Yeah. Not that I don't think I'm like, I think I used to be a lot worse with sarcasm. When I was in high school, I was very just like sarcasm, but it was like kind of negative stuff. Yeah. And now I'm just more hilarious, but anyways, my point is I'm trying to be better this year.
It's like not trying to try more things. It's trying to focus on the things you already have going and being more attentive towards those things.
I'm trying to hone my craft
of a life.
Yes. That's my craft.
I think my overall like goal for myself, because like you can make goals at any time of the year and they can mean just as much, but I think New Year's kind of reminds people like, okay, new year, here's a goal. Like, it's a good way to
reset button, try life again this year kind of thing.
Like, today is the first page of a 365 page book.
New year, new you.
Chapter 1 of 12. Here we go. What a mess those are. Yeah. But I think my main thing was, be better in the relationships that you really want to try for. I told myself, I guess, I didn't want to burn out this year. Mm-hmm. I say as I go to a whole new job store and don't give
more hours.
I'm like, yay, more hours. And I'm not giving up any of the things I'm doing before. Here we go. New year, new me. Talk to me like February.
First page of the rest of my life. Guess what? One chapter is going to be rehab. Sleep clinic.
So real. And I'm gonna try and get the 5-to-1 shifts.
Oh my gosh,
I'm so done for.
Yeah, you're gonna
because I'm gonna get off at 1 p.m. and I'm gonna be like, 8-hour workday started at 5 a.m. But I'm still gonna go for it because then I'll be off at 1 o'clock and it means that I have so much day left. LOL.
True. But you should nap.
Yeah. I keep thinking that, but then I'm like, what's the point of getting off at 1 if I'm just going to nap?
Totally. Yeah.
But then I'm like, man, I get up at 6 anyway. So what's the big deal about napping 1 hour?
Yeah.
Anyway. And I think the last one was like, I had this big thing this, not like the whole year, but like definitely in the tail end of the year where I was like, I felt like I was like spineless and walked on in a lot of like the relationships that I had. So I think this year I just want to try and be more of a stronger person, I guess, because I think a lot of the time I was like, there was a time where I was like just like a generous person. Like, not there was a time where I was like this. It was like I'm naturally a generous person, I think. Like, I don't mind being generous whatsoever, but there's a lot of times where I'm just like, I think that sometimes I'm taken advantage in that.
No, I think that that's a specific type of personality too. Because I feel like my mom tells me all the time, she's like, you need to stop letting people just do whatever they want. I'm just like, but I want to be nice.
And it's hard to put your foot down, right?
Yeah.
So I think that especially near the tail end of the year, I was just like, okay, Candace, you can't just say this is okay if you don't feel okay about this.
Yep.
Like so I tried to put my foot down more so. But like I told my friend this and she was like reading texts that I like sent to various people. Like if I'm like over time, not all at once, was just like, I'm putting my foot down with you. I wasn't like that at all. Like if something came up, I just kind of tried to stand my ground about things. And she like read them and she was like, Candace, you trying to stand your ground is still crazy nice. I was just, it's now no longer, yeah, no, that's totally fine. It's like, oh, well, we could do this instead if that's okay. Stand your ground.
Standing my ground.
So I think this year it's just like grow like one little bit of spine. It's going to be like, I want to better some of my relationships. I want to better myself a little more. I don't want to burn out, and I want to be able to stand my ground a little more.
Love it. That sounds like a great year.
Yep. And also I want to get fit.
Yeah, that was me last year because I got these New Year's pants. I might have talked about this before. I had these pants for New Year's last year that arrived the day of. I was so thankful. Anyways, they're just gold
I've seen
sequins.
them. They're nice.
They're so legit. My butt does not quit in them. Anyways, and they were tight when I got them. And I was like, oh crap, I really want to wear these next New Year because I mean, why would I spend money on something I only wear once, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, my goal for last year was also getting fit just so that I could still fit in those pants. And I succeeded.
Well,
they fit with
good.
a little bit of room this year.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
I have this dress that I ordered online, and I ordered all my other dresses in the same size, small, and they all fit except for this one stupid dress with this side zipper.
Dang
and
it,
I
dress!
was like, darn it, ribs, can you just be a little skinnier? So I think this year I'm going to try to do that because it's a super cute dress and I want to wear it.
The dress is the goal.
Well, the thing is that I bought it online and I don't want to go in store. Like the store is literally a 6-minute walk away too, but I'm like, I don't know where that receipt is.
Yeah.
I'm like I tried it on and was like, I guess this is my new goal dress, I guess. I mean, mostly I just don't want to return it.
Yeah. I feel that
such
too.
a lazy person that I'm like, man, I got to get fit this year so I can fit into this dress that I just don't want to go to the store and return because I'm so lazy.
I do that too. I'll either not return them and just try and fit in it, or I'll not return them and give them to my sister who's smaller than me. I'm like, here, present. Here's this bathing suit. It doesn't fit me.
I have this one dress that I bought online that I never took the tags off of because I'm not sure if I like it, and it's still in my closet with the tags on because I'm still not sure if I like it. Mm-hmm. And like, I don't think I'm ever gonna wear it, to be honest. It's not even my color. I'm gonna have to like give it away to like my cousin or something.
Aww.
I don't know. But like, I just bought it because I was like, man, all these things in my cart are like one like spectrum of color.
Yeah.
Like shade
right.
is what I was gonna say. And I was like, man, I should just go crazy with one thing. And so I got this like tropical kind of style dress. Like the fit wasn't the best. Like it just kind of fit awkwardly. It was like a loose kind of style. And like, I was like, man, do I really like this or not? I don't know. I was like, maybe I don't. It's like a summer dress too. So I don't even know if I'll like it in summer. I'll try it again then. But yeah.
Anyways, we really have to go, and this is the end. This is the end of the show. Hope you enjoyed your show.
Yep, good song.
Okay, bye.
Bye.